Hey guys, Never Stop Daddy here today, and we have been given insane hype for the Dragon Ball Legends Festival 2024. We are getting a brand new LF transforming Vegito Blue and LF transforming Goku Black. I am very excited. They both seem really good, and we are going to go through the Vegito Blue's abilities first. I'm going to do another separate video on Goku Black and see how good he does, because I want to just go through each of their characters just in general and compare them to what we've seen in the past. So here we have transforming Vegito Blue, so he can transform. He has a new feature, auto counter nullification, so max out the unique gorge to nullify enemy auto counters and special cover changes. This is just too powerful now, because it just completely nullifies it. He doesn't care. He'll just attack, and you don't have to worry about anything ever. I feel like this was so painful for Gogeta Blue lovers, because the 6th anniversary Gogeta Blue, his assault chain is nothing compared to this. Like, this does it for everything. He has what, 5 combos with strikes into an assault chain, and that's it. So yeah, this is just levels above that. After transforming, you can activate this effect again by using special arts, or if the unique gorge is full, by entering the battlefield. Okay, very strong. Combo capabilities with max unique gorge. So additionally, filling the unique gorge to max will also nullify unfavorable element factors, so he could go type neutral, card destruction effect, and key reduction effect, so he could just keep going. You'll be able to dish out some frighteningly powerful combos. Yep, 100%. So he could transform into Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, so he restores the vanish completely with main ability, plus you'll recover 50 ki, regain 50% health, and if you have 3 cards or fewer, draw 2 cards. So if you didn't think he was gonna go absolutely bonkers with everything, he is. Face down even the fiercest of foes with Legends Limited Vegito, the future saving fusion warrior. Yeah, so he's element green. I think his Z ability is future, fusion warrior, god key, yep. And then he gives an extra 18% to future. Future needed this. I am glad that they've given him that extra future one, because they can definitely use that. So yeah, that's good. Okay, his strike arts have armor, so charge in without any, yep, standard blast armor. So his land blast arts to increase the damage the enemy receives, so increase it by 10% for 10 time accounts, not bad. His special move now, land this special move to greatly reduce the enemy's key. You'll even destroy their cards and reduce their Dragon Balls, making it even harder for them to start a counter attack. So it does massive impact damage, does 30% to special move damage for 3 time accounts, applies the following effects on hit, destroys 3 of your opponent's cards, reduces 50 ki, and reduces Dragon Ball by 1. At least once. Okay, well, just once. Yeah, that's a really good blue card. Like, these effects on its own are good, and then reducing a Dragon Ball once is, yeah, okay. They went crazy with this. Blast armor, of course. The green card, so this special art will greatly reduce the enemy's health restoration, so use it against troublesome opponents that like to recover tons of health, which is just a lot of units nowadays. So randomly draws 1 new card, that's decent. Restores on health by 15% and key by 50, so you can get health back and key, and 50 key is a lot, 15% is a lot. Charges only unique gorge by 20%, plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 time accounts, shortens ally sub count by 1, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 50% to health restoration for 10 time accounts. Yeah, very powerful green. So the main ability will probably be him transforming. He'll restore vanish gorge by 100%. Wait, so if I'm getting this right, the main ability as just Vegito, you restore vanish, and the main ability with Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, you restore vanish as well. Okay, so he's now Super Saiyan Blue. Randomly draws at most 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer. Restores 50% health, 50 ki, vanish 100%, cancels own attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. Very, very good. 20 time accounts to be able to use that, not even 25. So you could just get Vegito Blue out quick. Okay, first unique ability. So boost your damage inflicted higher and higher by using strike or blast arts. Okay, he's just one of those who will just ramp up. Plus for the first 30 timer counts of the battle, Vegito has a buff that will nullify enemy special cover changes, so use that chance to go on the offense, of course. Note that if the enemy activates an auto counter or evade action, their ki will be reduced by 100 and all enemies' arts cost will increase by 20. Vegito is tremendously strong against auto characters. Yeah, like if they release auto characters prior to this dude's release and this dude is up against them, it's just a pain. Every single auto counter unit now will be just terrified of Vegito. Vegito paired up with Gogeta Blue, who isn't as good, but them two together are the counter crushers. They could just go crazy. Man, this unit actually seems beyond insane. So he gets 150% damage inflicted, 70% to damage reduction, card draw speed, -5 to arts cost, nullify cover change for 30 timer counts. Wow, that's a lot. I was expecting like 15. That's like double the amount I would normally expect. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield: restores own ki by 30, plus 80% to damage inflicted. So 150 here, 80% there. That's 230% straight off the bat. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -50% to strike and blast arts power for 10 timer counts, and inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -30% to special, ultimate, and awakened arts power for 10 timer counts. Okay. Okay. So applies the following effects to itself every time this character uses a strike or blast art. So randomly draws one new card. We're gonna have 3 or fewer. Activation count resets after character switch. Restores ki by 10 and 50% to damage inflicted just in general. So everything you're doing will just get ramped up for 10 timer counts as well. Considering he has card draw speed, considering he's gonna go crazy with his attacks, be able to get a lot of cards off in 10 timer counts, this will probably ramp up to 60%, 75% pretty easily. So yeah, that's crazy. The following effects occur when enemy account activates auto counter or evade action. Activates once, so plus 50% to own unique gorge charge rate. Shortens allies sub count by 5. Reduces enemy ki by 100. Enemies attribute upgrades and buff effect are cancelled. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20 to all arts costs for 5 timer counts. So activation count is shared before and after transformation. Okay, so it looks like he's very annoying as well. He's giving a lot of these annoying downgrades like -50% to strike and blast arts power, -40% to special move, ultimate, awakened, plus 20 to all arts costs. He had something else, can't quite remember where, but he had something that was quite annoying for them. I think it was like on a blue or a green. Okay, onto the next unique ability. And given we're not even into Vegito Blue yet, the transformed version, he already looks like a top tier LF. So he has a special cover change against strike arts, always good to have it against that. Unfavorable element factors for damage sustained will be nullified when Vegito is hit by an enemy's arts attack, and health will be restored as well. My days. Okay, so if Vegito's health was also reduced by 50% or below, then the unique gorge will be charged up by 50% one time only, but that one time is good because if you haven't filled it up at all, 50% just like that. Nullify unfavorable element factors. Man, he just does it all, innit? Auto counters and special cover changes when you max out the unique gorge. Fill it up quick to start an oppressive offense. Yeah. So we know he cover changes strikes, combo war into the special move. The following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while he's on the battlefield. So activated once, restores own health by 10%, nullifies unfavorable element factors for 10 timer counts, shortens ally sub count by 1, reduces enemy ki by 20, and it'll reset every single time he does that. So he'll come in, take some damage, and do all this. So yeah, ridiculous. I feel like there's a long period where he could just be type neutral. Like you pop main, you have this, all of these options to just make him type neutral for a very long time. You could potentially have entire matches where when you were using him, he's just been type neutral, and then you could have just taken units out. Obviously there'll be quicker matches, but it can happen. So the following effects occur if own health is 50% or below after being hit by an enemy's arts while he's on the battlefield, restores own health by 20% as well. So he gets the 20% and charges unique gourds by 50%. And another downgrade plus 30 to all art cost. Why does he have so many just downgrade inflictions? 5 timer counts as well. So slightly charges own unique gourds every time this character uses an art card while they are on the battlefield. Man, I'm getting literally just confused what I'm reading because there's so much to read. I'm just getting baffled just following it. There's so much. So slightly charges own unique gourds every time this character uses an art card while they are on the battlefield. Applies the following effects to self once unique gourds is full. So randomly draws 4 new cards when you have 3 or fewer. Restores health by 30%. More card draw speed, so you'll have 2 times card draw speed at this state. Nullifies unfavorable factors for 5 timer cards. So he's nullifying destroy card effect, reduce key effect, auto counters, evade actions, and special actions that occur when changing cover. The changing cover and everything was 10 timer cards, and the destroy card and reduce key effects were 5 timer cards. So yeah, he could just keep on going basically for those periods. The following effects occur when enemy activates an ultimate art, awakened, or vice versa while this character is on the battlefield, and it activates 3 times, so it could reduce sub count by 5. Thank God it's not 10. If it was 10, you just never would get hit by these. You'd just go into one of your tank units, your endurance, your comeback units, invincibility, revive. All of those will just eat up a % or of every tanky unit. Cancels enemies attribute upgrade and buff effect. And all of this was just for him in his normal state, just Vegito. Okay, very, very, very powerful just alone like that. Okay, so now that we're into Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito, it's pretty much the same. He'll just have a few extra tags that won't really matter. His same Z ability, same strike, same blast. Okay, I think the blue is different. So deals massive impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation, plus 50% to special move damage for 3 timer counts. That's enough. Nullifies endurance, applies the following effects to enemy on hit, destroys all cards, reduces ki by 50, and reduces Dragon Balls by 1. Activate twice. See, this is what I was kind of scared of. So before you transformed, you can reduce a Dragon Ball once with a blue. And after you transform, you can do it twice with the blue. So you can essentially take 3 Dragon Balls. There are so many units in this game that just reduce Dragon Balls so that you can't rush. And rushing is very, very valuable at the moment with all these endurance, invincibility, revives and everything. You want to be able to just rush as soon as possible so you can get another one, rush again. But there's been matches where I played 100 to 150 timer counts, not got a rush at all. Like, I've gotten whole games where it's always been like I'm 1 off, 2 off, but enemies just keep on reducing. It's ridiculous, and he's just adding to the fray, just pure carnage. So yeah, the green card, wow. Okay, so the following effects occur upon activation: restores own health by 50%, ki by 50. Charges unique gourds by 20%, plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. That's really good just on its own. Nullifies enemies, auto counters, evade actions, and special actions that activate when changing cover. But 10 timer counts and turns ally sub count by 1. That isn't really anything, but it can help in some situations. With the amount he does reduce by, that extra 1 can change the outcome quite a bit. So the following effect occurs on hit. I can't really remember, was this an AoE green or a long range green? It was one of those that you have to hit someone for it to do something. So randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer, afflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, minus 50% to health restoration for 10 timer cards, comboable with everything, even another green. So yeah, that's good. And to top it all off, blast armor. Okay, so the main ability with him: draws a special move arts, restores own health by 30%, and key by 50. I just want to see, how much does he, so 50% and 50, and yeah, 30% and 50. So that makes it so that he can get 50%, 30%, 80%, potentially back if used at the right time. So yeah, that's really good. Okay, so plus 20% to damage inflicted. He gets another vanish back, because why not? Cancels own attribute downgrades at abnormal conditions. Seals enemies ultimate and awakened arts. The sealed arts cannot be used for 5-time accounts. I feel like it's just no point having awakened arts. There's only like 3, 4, a handful of units that have awakened arts. Like, unless they start pumping out more of these in the future, they don't even need to do it. It's just kind of rude to include this when the units that have the awakened arts are not ever going to be seen in PvP unless they get a Zenkai, and then they'll only be used for a brief period, if not just a bench. The sealed arts cannot be used for 5-time accounts. The ultimate is way better. I'd rather they just get rid of this and then maybe increase this to like 6 or 7. It just makes more sense. 15-time accounts for that to happen, so potentially in the first 35-time accounts you could have popped both main abilities and absolutely gone insane. Okay, so unique ability 1. So if the unique gauge is full when you enter the battlefield, nullify unfavorable element factors, card destruction effects, and key reduction effects similar to being just normal Vegito. Transforming will buff Vegito's offense and defense, of course, such as by adding the ability to draw cards when you use a strike or blast arts when you have 3 or fewer, or by reducing impact, explode, and slice damage received. That's really good. Reducing all of these, like these are the most common kind of strike attack impacts you could have. So to have all of these are really good. Apply the fighting effects to self after transforming, so plus 30% to damage inflicted, so he goes to like 260 just off rip. No like strikes and blasts being added on top of that, just 30% on top of all of everything. Plus 60% to key recovery, so he's gonna get key back like a monster. Reduces, impact, explode, and slice damage by 15%. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield or transforms. Restores own key by 30. So more of this. So attribute downgrade to all enemies, minus 15% to strike and blast arts power, minus 40% to special move, ultimate, awakened arts power, both for 10-time accounts. So I think this is similar to before. So if the unique gauge is full, nullify, just go type neutral for 5-time accounts. Nullifies destroy card, nullifies reduce key, same as before. Applies the following effects itself every time this character uses strike or blast arts card. So restores key by 10, plus 50% to damage inflicted. I think that was the same as before. Randomly draws 2 new cards when this character uses strike or blast arts card. If you have few cards and the unique gauge is full, activate once and then resets after character switch. So yeah, just keeps on piling on over and over. The final effects occur when enemy activates auto counter or evade action activates once. Plus 50% to own unique gauge charge rate. Shortens ally sub count by 5. Reduces key by 100. Cancels enemies attribute upgrades and buff effect. Afflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20 to all art costs for 5-time accounts, and it's shared before and after transforming. So pretty similar to before, nothing too crazy, but after you go to Vegito Blue you just get more powerful basically, and just make it so you're gonna combo even better than you did previously. Makes sense. So unique ability 2. So if you're hit by an enemy arts attack and the unique gauge is full, you'll get an additional reduction to the impact, explode, and slice damage. Yeah, because why not? So he still cover changes against strikes. The following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. So restores own health by 10%. It activates once. Nullifies element factors, so it goes type neutral for 10-time accounts. Shortens sub count for allies by 1. Reduces enemy key by 20 and it resets after character switch. Reduces impact, explode, and slice damage received by 15% on top of it. for 5 time accounts if unique gorge is full. Activation count resets after switching. Okay, the following effects occur if own health is 50% or below after being hit while he's on the battlefield. So restores own health by 20%, charges own unique gorge by 50%, and then afflicts them with plus 30 to all art costs. I think that was similar to before. Slightly charges own unique gorge every time this character uses an art card while they are on the battlefield. Applies the following effects itself once unique gorge is full. Randomly draws most 4 new cards. Yep. Restores health by 30%, card draw speed, nullifies unfavorable element factors, nullifies destroy card, reduction of key, auto counters, evade actions, and special actions that activate when changing cover for 10 time accounts. And the following effects occur when they use Ultima: Awakened, Rising Rush, activates 3 times, shortens allies sub count by 5, cancels enemies, attribute upgrades, and buff effects. My day is like so much. This guy does so much, and it is really good. Like the Ultra mod of Vegito that just got released, who's been wreaking havoc. I've seen a lot of the Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as well, kind of countering him. Ultra UI Goku, like Ultra Gogeta Blue. All of these characters, if this dude is here, say bye bye to those counters, because he's just gonna keep pounding on you. It's ridiculous. He is, on paper, this seems like the best unit in the game. It does. Like, I can't even lie. Just not even with the auto counter, he seems like the best unit in the game. And then you have that to just solidify, in my opinion. So yeah, let me know what you think of transforming Vegito Blue, because he seems really good. He just seems like a benefit to have for all the teams he will be on. I highly recommend summoning for his banner. I feel like he had a good banner. I believe the fusing Gogeta Blue is going to be on there, who's good. The 1% sparking my looks really good as well. And yeah, I am excited to summon for both of these new units. I'm going to go over Goku Black's abilities next, so look forward to a video on that, probably released not long after I released this one. So as that, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button and see more in the future. Subscribe. See you on the next one. Goodbye.